Welcome to the second video in our series on organizing your garage. Hopefully you watched the first video where we put together a rough plan for organizing the garage. In this video, we're going to refine that plan. We're going to choose the specific storage solutions that we want, and we're going to create a blueprint for getting everything installed. So far, we just have this sort of skeleton plan where we have a list of items, and if you chose to, you might have categories. Now's a good time to fill out some additional columns such as the plane view and the container type and maybe even the general location. You can worry about the exact location later on, or you can do that now. Now once you get that filled out, what you can do is you can filter on container type alphabetically so you can see all of the items that you want to fit in the various types of storage solutions that you've picked. It also allows you to see what type of storage solutions that you decided that you want or that you're considering. This will help you now choose your storage solutions. After I was finished with my rough plan, this left me with a list of items, the types of storage containers that I wanted, and the frequency at which I would access these items. Now let's start with things that I wanted to store in cabinets. I had a ton of things that I wanted to store in cabinets just because I like the clean look and I like having things out of view for the most part. So the first thing I did is I took a visual assessment of the garage, and I did this with the cars parked in the garage so I could get a good sense of where I could install cabinets. And I did realize in my plan that I could install cabinets mostly on this part of the garage because the cars stop about right here. Let's start with cabinets. They are by far the largest expense in my plan and they take up most of the space. So I'm going to start choosing the cabinets first because then everything else will sort of be based upon that. Since I live in a humid climate, I decided that wooden or melamine cabinets were out of the question. I just don't think they would hold up over time. So I wanted to go with metal cabinets. Now metal cabinets can be extremely expensive. I ended up going with these, which are made by New Age Products. I think these are the Pro 3.0 series. Quite affordable. All the cabinets you see here, plus there's one of these over here, all that was under $3,000. Now, I know that sounds pricey, but for metal cabinets, that's a good deal. I easily could have spent over 10 grand on cabinets. Now, if that's too much money for you and you live in an arid climate, then perhaps wooden or melamine cabinets would be good for you. They're certainly a lot cheaper. Now when it comes to choosing the number of cabinets and the size of the cabinets, it's a little bit of guesswork. You kind of need to take a visual assessment of everything you plan on putting in the cabinets and figuring out how many cabinets that you're going to need. Now you might want to plan for growth. I actually did not need this cabinet here, but I'm always buying new tools, new materials, and I want to stay organized, so I bought one extra cabinet so I could grow into it and not have a disorganized garage after a year of spending all this time and money. Over here on these base cabinets, I decided to go with a workbench by leaving an empty spot here so I could sit on the stool up against the workbench. I also decided that I need tools within easy reach here at the workbench. And I wanted to use the space between the base cabinets and the wall cabinets. Now I originally looked at pegboard, but I didn't like the cheap look of it, and I also didn't think it would hold up to the humidity. So I found this wall control system. This is like pegboard on steroids. So you have your holes like a normal pegboard, but then you also have these vertical slots that allow you to install these specialized hangers from wall control. I'm very happy with it. I think it's a great alternative to typical pegboard. After I picked my cabinets, I noticed that in my plan I had a number of items that I wanted to store on the wall. So what I decided is I want some sort of wall solution that offers me flexibility, because the plan is just a plan. As time goes on, you might want to change things. So to me, flexibility was very important. I went with the slat wall, and these are store wall HD, which are heavy duty and they come in different colors. And as you can see, they have all sorts of solutions. You've got baskets, shelves, all sorts of hooks, and then I even was able to convert some existing wall mounts for tools to fit on the slat wall. Now these are quite expensive, so to fill up a whole wall can run you a lot of money. Well, in my plan, I took a look at it and I played around with my blueprint and realized I don't need to cover the whole wall floor to ceiling. I can get by with just having a panel up here and a panel down here. If I ever want to change my mind, it would not be difficult to fill in panels here above or below. Now that we've decided on the specific storage solutions, we want to create a blueprint. Now this blueprint serves two purposes. One, it's going to tell us if everything can fit in the space that we're given. So it'll tell us things like, is there enough space for this many cabinets? Is the ceiling height good enough for this many cabinets or this many slat walls? The second purpose of this blueprint is to give us a plan of execution. It will make installation of all these solutions go much more smoothly. Now, I chose to use an application called SketchUp for this. It's an online application. It's basically a 3D drafting program. But if you don't want to use anything that complicated, you could also use pen and paper. But let me give you a brief overview of how I use SketchUp to create this blueprint. So here's how I used SketchUp. Now, I'm not going to go through how to use SketchUp because there's a lot of great tutorials on YouTube that will show you how to do that. But it doesn't take long at all to learn how to use this. And once you know the basics, it really shouldn't take you very long, maybe half an hour or an hour to put together a blueprint. So I started by drawing the layout of my garage, and the dimensions are exact, and it is important that way you know that everything fits. Now I don't go into too much detail. I do put the baseboards, you'll see why in a little bit, and I also put where my doors are. I don't go into detail about doorknobs or anything like that. Another important part is to show where electrical outlets are, or anything for the most part that is permanent and can't be moved, because you want to make sure you don't cover that up. So after I do that, I start with what are the things that I know I absolutely want to have. Well, I know that I want slat walls next to the door that goes to the house, and I also want slat walls next to this closet door. This closet is a left-hand door that opens out, so I can't put a cabinet here, so something flat like a slat wall was perfect. And I knew I wanted cabinets, and I knew that I had plenty of space in this part of the garage for those cabinets. Now what you can do is you can go look in the 3D warehouse for cabinets. So I'm going to do New Age cabinets. And you see that there are a number of models that are already created. Well, I just so happen to have already done this, and I know that the New Age Pro 3 cabinets are not in here, so I have to draw my own. Now, I don't draw them to the level of detail such as this one here. I just make sure that they kind of have the look of the New Age cabinets and that their dimensions are exactly the same. That's the most important part. So I then added my cabinets, and you can see here that when I decided, hey, I want the cabinets 4 inches off the ground, that gets in the way of the baseboards. Well, I have two options. I can move the cabinets up, or when I install the cabinets, I can cut into the baseboards, which is actually what I'm going to do. I also drew a countertop so I could get a feel of how the workbench is going to look. And after I installed the cabinets in this model, I kind of zoomed in and said, hey, do I like these clearances? And I think that's plenty of room to access this closet. The door can swing open this way. An individual can walk in here to access that closet. So that looks good to me. One other thing you might want to do is check to see if your car is available in the 3D warehouse. I downloaded an SUV and a small car. I placed those in the garage, and then I kind of went up above and said, hey, is there enough room to maneuver? Plenty of room with the small compact car, a little tighter with the SUV, but still plenty of clearance. And there is a tape measure tool in SketchUp if you want to measure what those clearances are. And then lastly, I went ahead and I applied the side slat walls. I knew I didn't want to plaster the walls with slat walls because of the expense, so I played around with this to figure out where I want these slat walls and does it make sense for the things that I want to hang on the wall. I think you'll find if you go through the time of doing this that you can really want to play around with it to see what works for you, what doesn't. And what you had in mind may actually not work very well, or you may come up with some better ideas using this process. So that's how I use SketchUp to create my blueprint. Now that I have the blueprint, I can move on to procuring the cabinets and the storage solutions for the walls. But while I'm waiting on those, I can actually go through some pre-installation steps, and I'll cover that in video 3, and then I'll cover the installation of all of the solutions in videos 4 through 7. Now, before I go, I want to point out that in the description down below or in the show notes, you will find links to all of these storage solutions that I'm using. Now, ToolboxDIY does not have an affiliation with any of these manufacturers, but I do like these products and I think you might like them as well. So I hope you'll join me next time as we further transform this garage. I'm Chris with ToolboxDIY. Thanks for watching.